We're still in San Francisco.
This is the day after Sake Day. Met a lot of great people last night. We're here at Sequoia Sake. We're going to go in and visit with Jake and Noriko and see how they make their sake and just visit with them for a while. We are here. Are you ready?
I lived in Japan for 10 years, came back here in 2010 and couldn't find the sake I wanted, so I started making it in the garage. It was okay, homebrew, but it wasn't good enough to do this, so contacted some friends in the Japanese sake market and went over there, did some trainings, came back here in 2014 and set up this operation. Spent a lot of time actually up in Vancouver with Artisan Sake, Masa. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. He's also growing rice, the first person to grow rice in Canada.
Oh,
yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah, he's growing Hokkaido rice, so it's a shorter season. But it's amazing what he was able to do.
That is very interesting.
Yeah, it's
to check that out.
Yeah, it's worth a trip. I think he is the oldest. I think he's like 18 years producing sake in North America. So he's the oldest micro sake brewery. Lake is the second.
Yeah.
I don't know who the third is. Doesn't matter, right? You're third, it doesn't matter.
Right. It's bronze medal.
Exactly. So my daughter was in Japan for 2 years, and she studied at 2 different sake breweries, and she's got the chemical background and the biology background. So she does all of our analysis. It takes about 3 weeks for her to analyze what is the rice from every year, and then she tells Noriko, and then Noriko decides which koji to use, and then we decide what sake yeast to use. So you always marry the rice to the koji to the yeast, and then the brewing process.
And tell me again about your wife and what she does.
So both of us have been in the IT business for too many years. So I convinced her when I started this that we need to break up the disciplines because there's no way we're going to learn everything ourselves. So she's been focusing on making koji since 2010, and she's been in Japan for at least 3 weeks every year, or have somebody come here every year except for 2020. She still has 2 places she's supposed to go November, but I don't think it's that.
Yeah. COVID. Oh, COVID.
Oh, COVID.
Is your distribution to just to restaurants, or are you in retail?
We're in retail, but mainly in the Bay Area. We're in 20 different retail locations, regular mom and pop liquor stores, Nijia Mart, Japanese supermarkets,
right.
High-end produce markets, and a bunch of seafood markets. Okay. So it works pretty good for us. And we're in quite a few restaurants, mainly the Bay Area, and we're open on Saturday for the general public to come in. We were doing pop-up dinners because we're actually classified as a winery, so we have chefs come in and they do the dinners here. They can't prepare the food here, but they can serve the dinner here.
Gotcha.
And we're doing those between 3 to 5 times a week, which is really nice, but now it's not happening.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So this is our Koji Room. This is what most other sake breweries come here and they think, oh wow, this is really nice because it's all contained, it's all insulated, it's all, it's not cedar like they have in Japan because I don't like the taste of cedar, so it's hospital paint, which is antibacterial.
Right.
And again, like you probably know, is sake, we don't use any caustic cleansers like wine and beer, so everything on that side is very mild soap with no fragrances. This is the only place we use anything, and it's called invert soap, which is a hydrogen peroxide derivative, not toxic to human. It's a 10% solution, but it kills all the bacteria and any fungus that will be growing in this warm, steamy room, and it kills all the koji spores, which is really key. So every time we go into this room, it's a clean room. So can't let you actually walk in.
Yeah.
So these panels on the side, this is what warms the room, so it keeps it nice, constant room. So we're doing koji tomorrow, so we'll turn this on to 30.1 degrees, which is gotta be like 84 degrees, I think. And then we'll turn the humidity up to 60%. Leave it overnight, and then we'll come in the morning, cook the rice, then bring the rice and lay it on the table when there's cloths on that. And then we'll put on the inoculation of the koji spores, wrap it all up, and leave it in there overnight. Then come in the following morning, break it back into individual kernels, stick it into that box, And the box has a temperature control and a fan to maintain the exact temperature. Because Koji is all about the temperature stages where you're growing the enzymes and you're actually producing the sugars.
I love the shoes.
So yeah, like I said, she is the main Koji person.
You can tell by the shoes she's the boss.
Yeah, she's the boss of everything, but she's also this is her room.
Yeah, you can tell. That's cool.
I'm doing a more. She's getting me to start doing more in this, so she wants me to be able to take this up. Olivia, my daughter, also does this, and it's always amazing to me. This is one area that is key to the whole process, and everyone I've ever met makes it a little bit different. They all have their own little tweaks and this and that. It's
Right.
really interesting how it changes the whole process.
Okay, you got it. Alright, don't edit that out, Elena. So we're back in San Francisco this morning. No, edit that out too. We're still in San Francisco the day after Sake Day. We're gonna go in today and visit with. Edit that out.
All right, guys, we're back in. Edit that out.